is your First Alert 5 weather with Sam Schreier.
Good afternoon, everyone. Very powerful storm still trying to develop around the Pikes Peak region, and there is a lot of lightning, especially as it was coming out of the mountains, in storms on the northwest side of town. Now, there's a little bit of development that's coming just off Cheyenne Mountain, a little bit closer to Fort Carson, but what I want to focus on is that storm heading right into Briargate. Plenty of arcing of the rain out towards Calhoun, Eastonville. Buckle up for some big storms, and then we still have plenty of rain moving east across the plains. But this cell in particular, so it's got a lot of storm inflow. Essentially, it is sucking in a lot of this moist air we have. And we've had a couple of people say this looks like it's a funnel cloud. The base, the bottom of the storm is pretty low to the ground. And I've been looking at this thing really closely here. There is no indication of rotation or spin. This is our velocity scope that lets me look at the winds turning inside of a cell. And I just don't really see that. If we were going to get maybe a little bit more of a notch on the back side here, the wind's coming out of the other way, that would tell me there's some spin. Again, right now, this just looks like some gusty winds. And again, I think that the storm is just kind of sucking up so much moisture out of the ground, near the ground, it's a really low storm base. And then I did a vertical plot of the storm. To get a really strong thunderstorm that would want to do something a little bit more like rotating or dropping hail, you would want some of these orange colors to be spiking up to about 20,000 feet. So we're getting heavy rain out of this cell, but this tells me, just analyzing it, that the updraft is not super strong yet. Again, the stronger updraft would pull more of that heavy rain or hail deeper into the cloud, way up more into the sky. I'm just not really seeing that yet. So I'll keep an eye on this thing, but at least I am not seeing any sort of rotation. So tornado threat for El Paso County right now doesn't look like it. Hail and heavy rain continue to be the bigger things to watch for, and just one or two little cells trying to develop south, but I think the Pikes Peak region will stay a little bit more towards our active measure at the moment. In our hour by hour, it's got the cells down really well. It has that very weak development over the southern mountains and a lot more of that rain almost exactly where it's at. So that tells us this model run seems to know what it's doing. It essentially keeps filling in storms from the north side of the Pikes Peak region to Monument, Teller County, Woodland Park, heavy over the mountains and that Waldo Canyon burn scar. We'll have to keep a close eye on this. So there could be some hail in here, but heavy rain and lightning continue to be the bigger threats. Now that's at 1 o'clock. By 2, storms are still kind of developing through the city. Pockets of very heavy rain still in the forecast over the next couple hours. Eventually this is going to start to spread south by 3 o'clock in and around Pueblo. Pueblo by 3 to 4. Some pretty good storms pass through town, but the hail threat is better across the plains. Embedded cells out in the front of all of this rain suck in the best energy, and by 5 to 6 o'clock, widespread and possibly severe weather, something we'll watch in the forecast as these cells get out east of the plains by 7 o'clock. Still a little bit of rain on the backside with a second passing of showers and thunderstorms right to this evening. So in your extended forecast, Colorado Springs, tomorrow just a couple isolated storms, 86 for the temperature on Thursday, and then the weekend looks cooler and wetter. Pueblo, just wait for storms a little later today. They could be very strong. We go towards Thursday, 93 degrees, Saturday, 74, and a little wetter. Canyon City, similar thinking. The weekend looks wetter. We're a lot warmer towards Thursday. Some more storms could develop later on this afternoon. Finally, Woodland Park, waiting for some heavy rain today. Drier towards Thursday, a cooler and wetter weekend. Bree?